Hi everyone, welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Patty. I think one of the nicest compliments a person can give or receive is that they are a good gift giver. And I think because that shows that you have a certain understanding or a real grasp of the individual that you are gifting to. So I thought it would be fun. Actually, my sister and I both thought it would be fun if we compiled some of our thoughtful gifts that you might be able to use, some ideas, maybe some inspiration for you during this season of giving. So I have today 5 thoughtful gifts that I really enjoy giving and maybe will be of some inspiration to you. So if all that sounds good, go ahead and get your tea, your hot cocoa, your cozy blanket, and get a notepad and let's get into our list. And by the way, if you don't have a notepad, that's okay. I will include in the description box a list of all of these items and as best I can, a link for you to research them on your own. All right, let's get started. Thoughtful gift number 1 is any type of subscription. I love to both give and receive subscriptions. And as you know, in 2025, subscriptions come in many forms. You can get a subscription for just about anything and everything, from traditional magazines to food items to streaming services to food delivery services to anything under the sun. If you can think of a subscription service, I'm sure it's out there. But I'm going to share with you a couple of my favorites. So first are magazines. I am old school. I love to get a monthly magazine. I love to thumb through them. I like to mark them up. I like to look at them. I like to read them cover to cover. I am a huge proponent of giving a subscription to a magazine. Not only is it a thoughtful gift, but it really is great for those family and friends who are out of town. It means they don't have to, if they're coming to visit, they don't have to pack these up and bring them back. It will simply arrive at their home, as I guess all subscription services do. So subscription services are really great for your out-of-town friends and family. It's great if you can think of something that somebody really loves, a certain type of magazine. There are wonderful food subscriptions. I love Cheryl's Cookies. They do much more than just cookies, but when my kids were home during the pandemic and I was looking for something fun, we ordered for ourselves a subscription of a monthly cookie, and it came sort of themed to the month. And that's a wonderful gift, but you can also do one-time gift baskets. There are wonderful coffee subscriptions as well. So some of my favorites are, like I said, magazines and food. I also am getting my mom this year. And Mom, if you're listening, this is okay because we've discussed this. So this is not a secret because I talked to her about whether she had this or not. But I am getting my mom a subscription to BritBox, which is a collection of a lot of either old English shows, British shows. There are Agatha Christie's on there and baking shows and all kinds of things. So I think she will really enjoy that. When I asked her about it, she seemed pretty excited. But I wanted to make sure, A, she didn't have it, and B, that she would be okay to set it up. So it is something that I needed to talk to her about because in this case, she will be emailed a link to sign into her subscription. So it's fun to get creative. If you have a movie buff or if you have somebody that really enjoys a certain show and maybe they're not willing to buy themselves the streaming service, or maybe you can take that monthly bill off of their plate. There's also another subscription that is fun to give, which is any kind of newspaper. We still physically receive a newspaper daily here. That's just, my husband loves to have a newspaper arrive at our house each day. So getting him a subscription to either the local newspaper or, there's always the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, those kind of things. They also come in online versions, which my husband doesn't love, but many people might. So if you have somebody who just loves the New York Times crossword puzzle, I know there's a subscription for that. If you have a business person in your life who likes to read the Wall Street Journal, a subscription to that is also a fun and thoughtful gift. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any subscription gifts that you like to give. There are always, like I said, the traditional magazines. There are flowers of the month, cookies of the month. There are streaming services, so many. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What subscription would you love to give or receive? My number 2 thoughtful gift will be a surprise to nobody. It is flowers or plants. So these can come in many forms. You could, of course, order flowers to be delivered. There are subscription flower services where you can have flowers delivered monthly. And there are larger distributors, or you can call a local florist in the area of your friend or relative and work something out with them where they can send a seasonal arrangement, maybe a few times a year. Also, one of my favorite thoughtful gifts for plants are amaryllis bulbs or any other kind of bulb plant, amaryllis especially. And last Christmas, my sister Kathleen gave me an amaryllis, and I think she made a video. I'll link it here or here about how she prepares her amaryllis for a gift. She gave me mine in this really lovely, I think it was either thrifted or from an antique shop, silver plated bowl, and she put it in that. And I thought that was so thoughtful. She knows I love silver. She knows I love plants. It was just a wonderful gift. And after the amaryllis finished its show of blooming, I still had a vessel that I could reuse. So a fun thing to do would be to thrift for different vessels, go to antique stores and find maybe a more personal style of bowl or vessel, and then purchase a bulb to plant in it. Amaryllis bulbs for me have been hard to find, but there are a few nurseries locally that carry them. I think the key is to get out there early because they do sell out quickly. So of course that is a difficult gift to ship, but if you are going to a party or you have a neighbor or friend that you'd like to give a thoughtful gift, that will surely bring a smile to them. Another way to give flowers as a thoughtful gift and have them delivered and have them last for a very long time is through a company called Rose Forever. I have been a huge fan of Rose Forever, and they sent me this beautiful velvet box of roses. And what I love about Rose Forever is not only this elegant presentation of their roses, but these can last for years. Don't fuss with them. You can leave them out, and they are absolutely beautiful. And who thought roses could last that long? These are real roses and they are preserved. I was looking through their website and they have so many beautiful options. I particularly loved the individual or the small kind of place setting size Rose Forever gifts. I thought if you were having a dinner party or a book club or something over the holidays, what a beautiful gift to give to your guests. Would be great on a Thanksgiving or Christmas table as well. So I do love to give Rose Forever because of the longevity, because of the personalization of being able to find just the right rose to send and the beautiful presentation boxes. And right now, Rose Forever is running some great specials, and they will have even better specials as we get close to Black Friday. And I will put in the description box a unique coupon code for our viewers for an additional $20 off, and you can stack that with those already great Black Friday deals. So go ahead and check out Rose Forever, a great thoughtful gift. My third thoughtful gift is the gift of chocolates. And if you're going to give chocolates as a thoughtful gift, it's really hard to beat Louis Sherry chocolates. They are a centuries-old chocolatier from New York, and if you get a Louis Sherry chocolate box, you know somebody really cares deeply for you. They are a splurge, they are a luxury item, they are fantastic, and the packaging is second to none. I am fortunate to have some great chocolatiers here in Vermont. One chocolatier that I love, who is local to me, is Lake Champlain Chocolates. And they have retail stores and an online presence. And that accomplishes two things that I like to include in my thoughtful gifts. And one is an expression of where you're from. So these are local to me. So just as giving maple syrup or something that really reflects the area that I'm from, Lake Champlain chocolates also do. They're kind of iconic here. They have, like I said, a beautiful downtown store, and it's just a nice little gift. They are affordable, they're delicious, also beautiful packaging. So if you have a chocolatier where you live that is local to you, that is a wonderful, thoughtful gift, because who doesn't love chocolate, and who doesn't love to try chocolates from a different region? We also have another chocolatier that I really love. I actually really like the flavor of this chocolate, possibly even better than Lake Champlain chocolates, and that is called Snowflake Chocolate, also a Vermont company. I'll link all of these in the description so you don't have to remember what I'm saying, and they also have an online presence. I find the flavor of their chocolate to be so good, and I'm not a huge chocolate person, so when I eat chocolate, I really like a good chocolate. It's always fun to put together a box for somebody of chocolates, so I love to do that at Lake Champlain chocolates. You can go and pick out what you want exactly. If you have somebody who loves a cordial, you can get a cordial. If you have somebody who can't have nuts, you can be more selective there. If you have somebody who loves, say, a pecan in theirs, you can get, a turtle. So all kinds of ways that you can show somebody that they are special and you are really thinking about them. The fourth thoughtful gift idea is anything to do with scents. I may have talked about this before, but our sense of smell is uniquely powerful in triggering memories. Like, we can all remember the smell of fresh cookies being baked, and it brings you back in time to maybe when you were a kid and you were with your grandmother preparing cookies for Christmas, or maybe you can smell pine and that brings you back to bringing in a Christmas tree and decorating it. For me, smells bring back a lot of travel memories. And I know that smell is personal to people. So I don't always try to find like a perfume for somebody if I don't know what their scent is. But I do like to find something that will trigger a memory. So I have a few things here to show you, but there are so many more possibilities. And with places like Etsy, where you can go and order all kinds of memories through scent, you should have no trouble finding fun things. So this was a gift that my friend gave me. This is just a little bit of lotion in this bottle. And this is the same friend that I recently traveled to Disney with. We have been to Disney World many, many, many times, both just she and I and with our families. So one year for Christmas, she got me this lotion, and it is from it's called the Magic Candle Company. And they make candles and lotions in different scents that are meant to mimic those at the Disney World resorts. So one of our favorite resorts is the Polynesian Resort. And I know they have a candle and maybe a lotion to represent the smell. That is a unique smell. When you walk into the Polynesian Resort, you know what I'm talking about if you've been there. So imagine getting a candle or a lotion, and when you smell it, you are just transported right back to that resort, and all the wonderful memories start flooding back. Well, this little lotion she got me is from the yacht club resort. And we stayed together in the yacht club and the beach club resort, two of our favorite resorts on the boardwalk at Walt Disney World. And this smells just like the lobby. It is a very fresh, clean, it's, you know, a coastal themed resort. And this takes me right back there. All I have to do is smell that and I can see Christy and I in our resort, getting our coffee, getting ready to go to the parks. They have a little lounge there. She and I would have dinner or a cocktail. So it just brings it all back. Another thing I'd like to do, and I think I may have talked about this before, is if you are in a hotel, and oftentimes you can ask if they have, like when you walk in, if you have a smell that hits you when you walk in that's pleasant, ask them at the desk if they have a signature scent. So this is from the Langham Hotel in Boston, my very favorite hotel in Boston. And when I walked in there the first time, I went, oh my gosh, the smell, I need to bottle it. So when we were checking in, I asked, I said, this is the best smell. What am I smelling? And he said, it's our signature scent. And sure enough, they have room sprays, they have candles, different things in their scent. And the minute I smell this, I am right back in that lobby. It's a fresh floral smell. They bring in fresh flowers at this hotel each day, constantly freshening up the flowers, and that's what this smells like. So this room spray would be a great gift for somebody who traveled with you perhaps to this particular hotel. Now these are specific examples, but all this to say is you can do some research and I guarantee you'll find something that can emulate that smell. So if you travel to the French Riviera, I guarantee with a little bit of research, you can find just the right candle, lotion, room spray that is made to transport you back there. A really fun resource for checking out fragrances and scents that are nostalgic is the Homesick Candle Company. They have a great website and you will find so many interesting and fun fragrances that is sure to resonate with somebody you love and their interests or places they love to go. There is the Ski Trip Candle, which is supposed to resonate with a cozy lodge lined with cedar beams, a roaring fire, and a cup of hot cocoa. And the notes in that one are frosted air, warm amber, cinnamon, cocoa, cedar, vanilla, and patchouli. For your favorite teacher, how about a snow day candle? Reminding them of snowflakes that land on cheeks and melt into smiles. Endless hours of snow angels and sledding with notes of winter greens and white musk. And for your book club besties, how about a book club candle? Curl up with the perfect rainy day read. There's notes of warm nutmeg, amber, and sandalwood, and also orange, cinnamon, and vanilla. And my fifth and final thoughtful gift idea is something cozy. So what I'm going to share with you is a company called Barefoot Dreams. You've probably all heard of it. It kind of blew up as one of Oprah's favorite things. But before it was one of Oprah's favorite things, it was a product that I discovered, and I'm sure many of you have. I'm not saying I uniquely discovered this, but I was going to put this on my recommendation list, and my sister Paula reminded me that this is one of Oprah's favorite things. So these have become increasingly popular, and I'm hoping they are as well made as they were when I got mine. But it is the company Barefoot Dreams, and I have a robe from there. And talk about evoking a memory. I can remember getting this robe, and it was, gosh, probably over 20 years ago. There was a little boutique in downtown Burlington, Vermont, on a little side street off of Church Street. And it was this little tiny shop, and it had all kinds of bath items, robes, beautiful scents. There we go again. And I was with my mom, and I had recently had a baby. So this may be, 23 years. And I was like maybe one of the first times out of the house without my child or children. And I just fell in love with this robe. It was so soft and so beautiful. And I remember thinking, whoa, that's kind of a splurge. And it's probably half what they are now. In fact, I know it's half what they are now. And my sweet mom said, you know, you just had a baby, you deserve this. And she bought me this beautiful Barefoot Dreams robe. And I actually say beautiful. It's actually not that pretty, but it is just the softest material. And so ever since then, and I really didn't know it was Barefoot Dreams until maybe a few years ago when I was trying to find another one and I had to pull the tag up and it was Barefoot Dreams. But this was sold in a nice little boutique. So it was the kindest gift. And ever since then, I feel like the gift of comfort and coziness is so wonderful, and this company has nailed it. In addition to robes, they also have throw blankets, which I got one for my daughter for, I think it was for her birthday this year, and she absolutely loves it. But they also have slippers and socks and all kinds of lovely things. And because there are things like robes, they do have clothing now. I don't know anything about that, but I can speak for the robe and the throw blanket, just as soft as can be. And they package things beautifully. And it just really is such a thoughtful gift to let somebody know that you're thinking of them, and every time they snuggle up or put something on that is this cozy, they will think of you. And I've seen some really nice fuzzy cozy blankets in different stores, but honestly, nothing really is like this. I don't know what it is about this, but ever since 20 plus years ago when I was in that little boutique and I felt this and I was like, I think I need this. And I've been wearing this consistently for over 20 years. So anyway, I find the Barefoot Dreams company to be absolutely fabulous. I can speak from experience, and I cannot imagine anyone who wouldn't love the cozy gift of something this soft, whether it's in blanket form, pillow form, bathrobe form, socks, any of those things. And the price point is high, but I will say something like, you can always find something like socks. They have some cute little baby blankets, all kinds of beautiful things. So I highly recommend the gift of cozy with Barefoot Dreams. All right, everyone, that is all I have for you today. I have 5 thoughtful gift ideas. I hope that was inspiring to you. I hope that you will take a look at some of these and maybe enjoy them as much as I have giving them or receiving them. Again, you have your own, I'm sure, list of places that you like to go to get your thoughtful gifts, and I would love to hear those in the comments. What are some thoughtful gift ideas that you have? And this year I have really scaled back, and I am really trying to be very thoughtful in my gift giving, because I really would like people to enjoy these items for a long period of time, and to know that when I was shopping for them, I really took my time, put a lot of thought and effort, because I care deeply about them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. That really, really helps the algorithm. It helps to push our content out. And if you could share this video, spread the word, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.